Okay, so how do you get your kids talking about difficult things that they're seeing, or at bare minimum things that they're experiencing or seeing that as parents we wouldn't want them to be exposed to? Um, I, I think that, again, this is it's a loaded question. It's not really a simple question to answer, and yet it is at the same time. The number one way you're going to get your kids to talk is be a safe person to talk to. If your kids are out and about and someone's offering them some sort of a substance to use, or they're at a friend's house and things start to happen, the likelihood that your child may want to come home and talk to you about it is high. But if they're going to get in trouble or be shamed or be quizzed or backed into a corner where now they have to betray someone, you as a parent you're setting the situation up to fail at that point. Shaming our kids doesn't work. We know that. Shaming our kids can stop a behavior in its tracks, short term. But long term, it's creating a whole nother, it's the boulder rolling down the hill. It's picking up speed. And once that starts to happen, it's very, very difficult to stop. So are you a safe person to talk to? Let's say that your sixth grader goes to a friend's house, and while they're there, his little friend says to him, "Hey, my mom and dad have alcohol. Do you want to try this?" And he could try it, or maybe he doesn't try it. But the question is, how do you get him to come home and tell you about this? Well, if your child does come home and tell you about it, did you shame them because maybe they did try the alcohol? Are you threatening to call the police, and you're going to use scare tactics, which, again, scare tactics can stop a behavior just like shame can, but long term, you've got to keep in mind, again, your number one priority with your kid is creating safety and teaching. And part of safety with your child, you're providing safety, but you do that through a trusting relationship. Not only is safety setting up guidelines and rules for your child, it is the safety for them. Do they feel safe in a relationship with you? Can they trust you? Now, that doesn't mean you don't have to do hard things as parents. If you're running into another parent who's providing alcohol or drugs, or at least a place for kids to participate in this kind of behavior, you very well may need to get in contact with someone and report that. But how you speak to your child in this kind of circumstance is everything. The relationship with your child is the most important thing in their entire lives when they're kids. There isn't anything else that trumps that. So to keep that in mind, that no, you're not their peer, you're their parent. You're not a taskmaster, you're their parent, which means show love and kindness while they're telling you things that may either be intimidating or scary for them to tell you. Keep yourself calm. The more escalated you get, the more escalated your child gets. And that's a threat. That says, danger, danger, I better shut up. The last thing I want my kids to do, as a mom of 4 boys, the last thing I want them to do is stop talking to me. I need to be a place that my kids can come and talk to me, that when they're curious about something that's happening at someone's house, they can say, "Mom, I saw this. What was that?" And I'm going to tell them. The big thing right now for my kids is they're hearing all sorts of slang at school, and a lot of it has sexual context. Some of it's had drug references, and my kids will come home and say, "Mom, what does this mean?" And you can bet I'm choking a little bit on, knowing that my kids are hearing these kinds of words, but I take a breath and I say, "Oh, well, this is what that means." And we have a conversation about it. And is it hard? Yeah, sometimes it is. But I want to be the one to have that conversation with my kids.